Hello athletes, please take a moment to get comfy, settle in, and really give your full attention to this short presentation on what to expect upon your return to San Diego Christian College.
This is a brief interruption by your head athletic trainer, John Lee, just to inform you guys of some changes that we had to make to this video due to the ever-changing environment that we all are currently facing. So there's going to be some other changes later in this video, but just right off the bat, we know you guys are all starting virtually, which just makes the information in this video all that much more important. So please pay attention to the information Kira is sharing with you, and we will be able to utilize the space that we have here for you guys more readily and be more effective with that space, and we cannot wait for you to get here. So go ahead and listen up to Kira and take notes.
We know you probably have all heard of the signs and symptoms of COVID-19, but just so that we're all on the same page, here they are again on the screen. Notice to the right the more serious symptoms: trouble breathing, persistent pain in your chest, confusion or inability to wake or stay awake, and then loss of coloration in your lips or your face. As you may have also heard, there are populations that are at a higher risk. Those include those with diabetes, heart disease, lung disease, adults older than 65, or having a prior illness or disease that affects the immune system. But it is important to know anyone can get COVID-19. You're not immune to it if you don't have anything on the screen or you're young. Anyone can get COVID. It's such a concern right now because there's no vaccine and no true treatment for the virus itself, only the symptoms that present with COVID. Always be careful. Remain 6 feet of distance when possible, and when it's not possible, be sure that you're wearing your mask. It's very important that we focus on frequent hand washing right now for at least 20 seconds. And when that's not possible, be sure to use hand sanitizer. Be mindful about how many times you're using hand sanitizer, as it does become less effective the more you continue to use it. My rule of thumb is just you can use hand sanitizer twice in a row, and then you really want to try to make it to a bathroom to wash your hands with soap and water. If you have to cough or sneeze, just turn into your elbow or your sweater or something, and avoid touching your eyes, mouth, and face. And yes, I'm sure you've heard all of these things, but here they are again. All right, everyone, I really need you to pay attention, especially to this slide. So if you weren't paying attention before, please just drop everything and listen up. This is what SDC is doing. So number one, there's going to be a 48-hour pre-screen, and this means there's going to be a list of questions that's going to be put into your Dragonfly, and you'll have to sign off on them 48 hours before your arrival to campus, so before August 11th. Number two, there's going to be a 10-day self-monitoring. So basically during this time is you're going to be monitoring your own symptoms, you're going to be doing your own temperature checks, and athletes, we need you to be so mindful about who you're spending time with during this period, because it's not just going to affect you, it's going to affect everyone on campus, your teammates. I know you get the gist. Number three, once you get to campus, there's going to be daily temperature checks. So you're going to every day go get your temperature checked, and you will receive a sticker of the day showing that your temperature is okay for you to be on campus. When you're on campus and unable to keep a 6 feet distance from others, it will be mandatory that you wear a face mask. Number five, athletic trainers are only going to be available through appointment. This is going to be through the Set More application that can be found on Instagram. If you don't have social media, that's okay. The link will also be posted to the athletics website. If you do happen to get hurt on a specific day, you know, it just happened, don't be afraid to come ask for help. We are here for you. But if it's something that's been going on for a while, something known as a chronic injury, we are going to have to turn you away until you make the appointment, especially if we're at capacity, which unfortunately our capacity is only going to be about 3 to 4 athletes. And number 6, there is going to be implementation of 10-day phases where you're going to be put into pod groupings for practices and weightlifting sessions. And each phase, as we go forward with the phases, it gradually gets a little bit less strict. This was developed based on current guidelines and recommendations for return to sport. The intention of this is that if someone does happen to get COVID-19, we aren't forced to quarantine the entire team, but only those who are in the pod group. And finally, number 7, we all have a personal responsibility to stay healthy and make good choices for others. Our actions and our decisions are going to affect everyone around us. Here at SDCC, we are doing everything we can to keep you safe, but without your help, it's just not going to be what we need it to be. So we really need you to be in this. We need you to take it seriously. And if you happen to experience any symptoms or even think that you are, just play it safe, stay home, notify your coach and or athletic trainer, and we'll guide you on the next best step for you. Thank you for listening.
And our last update for you guys is that we will also be sending out a pre-recorded Zoom meeting going over the details of our COVID campus plan for athletics, what you guys can expect for that, more details on what these pod groups and these phases are going to look like, how weightlifting schedules are going to happen, etc. So if you guys have any questions, then feel free to prepare those. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.